Guys, this is Ultimate Mining Tycoon on Roblox. Okay, well, while I'm waiting, busy constructing that. If you're looking at these little markings on the ground, you'll notice an arrow. So that goes to the mine. And this is basically your Hall of Fame. You'll see there's an uphill at the back here. If you were to drive up this hill, you'll notice that there's a little sign that says Mad Attacks Dynamite Shack. Warning landmines. Now, I haven't found the landmines yet, or I haven't tried driving into them. Don't think it would be fun if you get shot up into the air with your vehicle having to respawn. But I could already see the holes. I think it's because a lot of people tried getting to your shack. Now, if you were to get out your vehicle and walk in here, I'm guessing this is Mad Attack. So here you can see your different types of dynamites that you can buy and your different prices. If I recall correctly, this was 2.5 million or 4.5 million. It doesn't really matter when you're earning a lot of cash. This is the one to buy. Then if you were to turn right here, and also there where you are mining, there's a small area that you can go to the back. There's a little race course down here if you want to race your friends. And this is where you can pick up your stuff if you have mined and it's thrown you out. You'll notice that you can't pick up other people's stuff. So you'll see a number here and you'll know it's yours. I don't have anything here, and inside here there's basically nothing. You've got two ways to go. You've got the upgrade shelter there where you need to have rebirthed, which I'm going to show you now, and then you've got this place here which you buy your stuff at. Okay, so these are your prestige upgrades. You'll see that you have a walk speed, jump height, pickaxe strength, pickaxe speed, vehicle power, and starting money. Anyway, coming in here, this is your normal shop. Here's where you can buy the backpacks. This one requires Roblox, holds 64. But this one is the one I'm using, it holds 36. So it's definitely worth having if you have something of $5,000 or something multiplied by 36. Or if you have a 12 item of 12,000 worth multiplied by 36. So that's 36 extra slots for you. I know it's very expensive, but it's worth having. You start off with the rusty pickaxe and move yourself all the way down. I mean, that's the one I have now. Unobtainium pickaxe. They have 100 strength and speed of 1. I mean, if you upgrade your speed, that would be massive, but having to prestige and lose everything, yes, you can have a couple million, but that's a lot of hours to play just to prestige up. Okay, so I'm now going to explain to you exactly what happens here. So you always have 3 buttons in the front of your base. Your base is always glowing blue for yourself. You'll see that the other bases are not glowing blue at all. Now, while standing here, you can either pay Roblox for your automatic vehicle unloader. The middle one, you can put an extra belt. So in other words, another conveyor for your stuff to move. And the third one is to upgrade your unloader size, meaning this thing gets bigger that I'm standing on right now. So before putting in the items, I'm just going to explain to you my loadout, and then I'm going to quickly create a few more loadouts so you can see what it is that you want to do. I'm just going to focus on the primary, the big ones or the main ones, and then you can decide, or you can mix them up however you please, of course. So you start here. This is the ore cleaner. Ore cleaner looks like this. The ore cleaner, what it does, it cleans your ores, adding a value of $10 to it. Then the next thing, it goes to the polisher. The polisher is this one. It adds $10 to it as well, so it polishes the ore or the diamonds. Then it goes to the ore smelter. Now you get two different kinds. You get this one, it melts ores into bars, making it 20% more valuable, and produces 1 stone for every 2 ores smelted. Now there is another one, a blast furnace, which is more expensive, that you can also use here. Also note that instead of going left, it comes out to the right, the opposite end. It smelts ores into bars, making it 10% less valuable, so it also takes away the value with 10%. So in other words, if you have an ore of $10, it will lose a value of $1. If you've got an ore of $30,000, then you're going to lose $3,000. So it gets a lot less. All right. So then you from here you'll have the stones coming out, and continuing straight you'll have the ore, the metal bars coming out. Now I'm going to focus on the stone for now. The stone runs through here. Now you'll see if I zoom in, you have your different prospectors. They're called prospectors. So you've got your diamond prospector. What it does, it searches through the stone to see if you have a diamond hidden in the stone. There's a 5% chance of detecting a diamond. Then you have the ruby one, the sapphire one, the emerald one, and the topaz one. That's correct. The reason I put the diamond one first is it's my logic that if there's something hidden in the stone, the diamond one is the one I prefer because it's the most valuable, going down all the way to topaz. Then I've got a filter here. What the filter does, it takes any diamond. I'm going to show you now. It takes any gemstone, meaning topaz, emerald, sapphire, ruby, diamond, and I've added the other ones. It's going to basically come out to the left, whereas the stone continues straight. Coming to here, there is your crusher. So the crusher causes the stone to turn into dust and makes it $1. And the stone, just like that, has the value of nothing, absolutely nothing. Right, and then it goes into this machine here, sifter. What the sifter does, and there's a 10% chance of getting a metal bar out of it. So you have the dust coming out here, and then you have the probable metal bar coming out on the side here. And then what the metal bar basically does, it goes all the way back here and repeats the process, as well does the diamond. Okay. Now if continuing as dust, it goes here. So basically coming to this overflow here, what the overflow does is if it gets too full here, it moves to the right. Coming to this clay maker. There's the clay maker. It mixes 2 dust together to create clay. And then it comes out here, coming to this machine over here, which is the ceramic furnace. Then takes the clay and turns it into a ceramic casing. I basically call it a pot. Again, adding an overflow to the back because these pots are going into this machine, which I'll be explaining later, and then moving to the left here. If you've got too many, you don't want to delay production, coming over here to be sold right there. Okay, for the next part, I'll be explaining the gems and where they go. So after having your gems come through here and coming to the back here, again going through to your polisher, this tempering forge, so it doubles the value of your metal bars when tempered. So it does nothing for the gems, but it doubles the value of the bars. Again, a filter here, changing where your gems are going. So your diamonds, sapphires, rubies, all that come through here. Coming to this part here, which is the gem cutter. It cuts a perfect gem and adds 40% value to it. Then again, going to the overflow meter, which has a few gems running into this side, and when it gets full, moving the other gemstones this side. Because you need 2 gems to run the prismatic gem crucible. It merges 2 gems into a prismatic gem and adds 15% value on top of the value of them merged together. And then it comes out here. Again, going to an overflow machine because of the gems running this way and running in here. Now, this is the ring maker. The ring maker combines a gem and a coil to make a ring, increasing its value by 70%. Now, you'll see here are the coils coming on this side and the gems running in this side, which makes you a ring running into here. Now, again, you have the prismatic gems running on this conveyor belt here and going up here into here. So this one takes 3. It also takes the frames, which is coming from this machine over here. And the frames run into here, making amulets. There's your amulet maker. So it combines the ring, the frame, and the prismatic gem to make an amulet, increasing it by 100%. You've got your plate stamper. Coming over to here, you have the filigree cutter. It cuts metal plates into filigree and adding 20% of the value to them. And then it moves off to the gilder. The gilder being this machine here. And here's the gilder. It combines filigree with any jewelry type item, combining the values, increasing it by 50%. Then it pops out here. It goes to this little thingy here, which is the electronic tuner. It adds $50 to any electronic type item that has not already been electronically tuned. Again, the polisher that we have in the beginning, just for in case the item needs to be repolished. And moving over to here for a Q&A test. Quality assurance, it's what QA stands for, and it adds 20% of value to the items that have not been tested. And that's the reason I put it last, is because it adds 20% of value, meaning everything you've added up to now, it adds the percentage on top of that. That's why it's last. So they basically come out here. The metal bars. The metal bars then run this way and come to this overflow meter here, which pushes it into this machine, which is the alloy furnace. Merges 2 metal bars together, merges 2 bars together, adding their values together and multiplying them with 20% to give you the end result, which is this. You have your overflow meter going left. And this is your frame maker. You'll see the frames coming out of them. The frame maker takes 2 things. It takes bolts and it takes bars, making you a frame. Then, going back to the amulets, that's why I explained them first. You have your coil maker running that way. And then from here, you've got your bolt maker. You'll see the bolts lying there. It moves the bolts into another frame maker that's going that way. And this one again is a coiler, so it moves the coils into this big machine here, which I'll explain again now. This one moving to the right, which is bars as well, and this one being turned into metal plates going in here. Now, these will come this way, and the reason for that is because I've added 2 overflows. One going to the left here, continuing on, one running through a bolt maker that's going into the frame maker and into this machine, which is the casing machine. So this is the one that makes the cases for the metal frames. The cases looking like this. You can see it comes out here and also has an overflow running basically into this machine, which is the magnetic machine. Combines coil, metal casing, and electromagnet. And that the electromagnet I'll be explaining just now. But you'll see it basically comes out here and runs this way, comes down here and into this section here. Then these ones from the casing machine run all the way up here, over here, and down here into this side. And then lastly, where I left off here, you've got the alloy bars running this way. You'll see them coming out here, going this way, being stomped into the metal plates and going into the casing machine. Going straight here, they go into this machine, which is the superconductor constructor. It combines alloy bar and a ceramic casing to make a superconductor. So this side is for the alloy bar, as you can see over here, and over this side is for the ceramic casing. Going into this machine here, all three of these items is the power core assembler. It combines the metal casing, the superconductor, and the electromagnet, adding their values together and multiplying it by 150%. And then basically comes out here to run into here. So you'll see the ceramic casings come through here. Then the power cores running out here, and the amulets with filigree filling coming out here into the last section. And now I'm going to show you what happens when the machine gets lit up. Notice the stone going this way, and notice the bars running. And that one just converted into a diamond right there, see? And now it's going back to the beginning. And as you can see, they get sorted over here, then cut into gems, and continue this way. From here, the dust goes into here, and then the clay pots come out. And from here, the gem enters, coming out that side. And then from here, like I said, the machine runs all the way down there. It's going to enter there. I'm going to give you a bird's eye view from what happens over here. And there's your mithril power core, adamantium and mithril power core. Got one of the most expensive gems running down here. Okay, let's see how this goes. So it's going to enter this machine right here. There's the ring. The ring is going to run all the way down here, where we've got these two, converting it over here. Boom. There's your diamond amulet. And now it's going to be filigreed, coming through here. And there you've got your amulet. Great stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to remove all of this to make you the next one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Like if you want to, and comment, because I do answer them. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Okay, so one thing to remember when building something is to always have your arrows looking the correct way. Okay, so if you wanted to create bricks, this is what you would do. You will have your ore cleaner over here, you'll have your polisher over here, then your blast furnace because you'll want more stone, Just for the illustration of this, I made it go straight to the cellar, all the other stuff, and then basically your dust goes in here, the stone goes in here, which creates your cement. Cement runs into here, which makes it a cement concrete brick, and then runs into the kiln, which is this one, creating yourself a cement stone brick, and that will get you $120. Now if you were to remove then you would get stone bricks. And that's basically how that works. So if you're looking at this is actually not too bad and also quite lucrative. This is how to make the refined blasting powder explosives. So basically what you start off with, I took away the ore cleaner. You just have to add a filter going this way with the gems. Then basically your ore goes through here. You can also swap this with a ore smelter instead of having the blast furnace. I thought you needed a ton of stone, you actually don't. I have a stone overflow running on that side. Then you come here to your alloy furnace, which melts the bars into each other. Then running this way, it runs to your frame maker. From here it runs to your plate maker, and from here it runs to your bolt machine. Then it makes your casing. Casing runs over to here. This is your explosives maker. Right. Then going to the left, running into this side, you have to have two entries. The one is your iron dust, your metal dust, and this one is your stone dust running into this machine here, which is the blasting powder chamber. Combines metal dust and stone dust into blasting powder. Then you have that running to this machine, which is your blasting powder refiner. So it refines the blasting powder and the metal dust. There's your metal dust, there's your blasting powder, and it runs through here into this machine, combining them together. Your explosive maker with your refined dust, and then it comes out here, giving you this. Okay, so once again, for creating lasers, I recommend this setup. Basically, it's going to go through the ore cleaner, the polisher, then the smelter. It's going to run through all these, separating the gemstones out of them, taking the dust this way. The dust then goes through the crusher, from the crusher to the kiln, with an overflow going left, creating glass over here, and then on this side creating lenses, so that you have glass lenses running into the optics machine here. Alright, then having the overflown ore and gems running this way again. Tempering forge, having the filter here separating the gems going this way. You've got your diamond cutter, you've got your prismatic gem crucible, fusing the two gems together, running all the way over here to this machine, which is the laser maker. And then lastly, having your metal come this way, creating an alloy crucible, which means it's putting the metals together to create mixes. Then you have one running at the top, going all the way down here into the coil maker and creating circuits on this side, and then the other end running to the pipe maker over here, creating pipes, running to the optics machine, which then runs to the laser, which then outputs the lasers on the side. And then once again, having your electronic tuner, your polisher, and your quality assurance maker, bringing it to the price over here. Once again, I didn't mine anything fancy. This is the basic price that you get. And there's your factory running. Okay, so here's how to create the electronic tablet. So it starts here at the beginning, going to the polisher, the washer, polisher, or melter, then going through these to detect diamonds and so on and so forth. Cutter here, then you've got the machine here, your sifter, then you've got your kiln here with your overflow going left, just for in case there's too much glass. And we're not worrying about diamonds, that's why the diamonds are running straight. Going into the alloy furnace and then splitting up from here. It's going to the frame maker, the bolt maker, and also the plate maker here. And then from here it's going to the coil machine, that is the circuit machine that's over here. Right, so from here it's making glass, coming down here, going in there and in here. So here you've got your glass, here you've got your circuit, and here you've got your casing. They run through the tablet factory, then it runs down here. You'll see here are the tablets. Then going through your polisher, once again, your quality assurance machine. So the engine maker ignores the prismatic gem machine, that's why it's running straight to the cellar. And it also ignores dust and ceramic, so that's why this also runs straight to the cellar point. Basically, the only thing that you need for the engine maker is the metal bars. So it basically runs through here to the alloy furnace, which then runs to the frame machine, the bolt machine, and then of course the plate stomper running to the casing machine. Okay, so then you have your casing machine. Then here you've got the plate maker, and here as well. You can also, if you want to have only one plate maker, you can put one here. It's up to you. So then you have your overflow running here, because you have your mechanical parts and you've got your metal pipes. Then you have your engines coming out here. Once again, your engines go to your electronic tuner, your polisher, and your quality assurance assessment, and then runs to your cellar over here.